Despite our losses in Hindu Kush, America is still committed to destroying the GLA. Spy satellites have discovered a major GLA training camp on the coast of the Caspian Sea. The battle is already underway. Good luck, General.
Calling in GLA bunker location at Grid Square Beta Charlie. 689er 44.
Confirming artillery target for Grid Square Beta Charlie. Stand clear.
Transport teams 1 and 2 approaching the landing zone.
All ships maintain heavy artillery support for amphibious assault.
This is Team 2. We're taking heavy fire. We need that air support now. Mission completed. I'm moving out. Go, go,
Clear
go.
those bunkers.
Unit lost.
Crusader tank responding.
Where's the extraction point?
Need a point, man.
Where's the extraction point?
We need to clear out these stinger sites before we can bring in our bombers to clear the GLA from the area.
How about a show of force?
Army's elite.
Cruise missiles ready. Heavy armor ready for action. Moving in.
Tomahawk launcher armed and
Need
ready.
a point, man. Heading out.
Armor detail reporting. Taking new ground.
Army's elite. On the go.
Tomahawk systems
Crusader tank
online.
responding.
Need a point, man.
Heavy armor ready for action.
Standing by for coordinates.
Armor detail reporting. On your command. Anywhere you say, sir. Crusader tank responding.
Missile guidance set.
Heavy armor ready for action. Crusader tank responding. Heavy armor ready for action. Moving in. Anywhere you say, sir. Armor detail reporting.
Army's elite. Taking new position.
How about a show of force?
Standing by for coordinates. Updating grid location. We can launch from there.
Armor detail reporting. Blow them wide open. Taking new ground. Proceeding to target zone.
Need a point, man.
Heavy armor ready for action. In my field of fire. Anywhere you say, sir. Taking new ground. Anywhere you say, sir. Clearing terrain.
Special forces here.
On your command.
Standing by for coordinates. Transporting cruise missile. Updating grid location. Transporting cruise missile.
Heavy armor ready for action. Anywhere you say,
Need a
sir.
point, man. Search and destroy. Special forces here. Let's get in there. Always prepared. Let's get in there. Special forces here. Entering the structure. Ready for action. Army's elite. Let's get in there. Special forces here. Entering the structure.
How about a show of force?
Ready for action.
Crusader tank responding.
Always prepared. Let's get in there.
Armor detail reporting. Let's grease them. Taking new ground.
Tomahawk launcher armed and ready. Coordinates received.
Heavy armor ready for action. Moving in. This'll wake them up.
Congratulations, General.
Anywhere
You
you
have
say,
been
sir.
promoted.
Let's grease them. Moving in. Moving in.
Special forces here. Take the building. Ready for action. Secure and occupy. Always prepared. Entering the structure.
Armor detail reporting. Crusader tank responding. Anywhere you say, sir. Taking new ground. Clearing terrain. Moving in. How about a show of force? On your command.
Unit
Taking
lost.
heavy
Crusader
fire.
tank
Sector
responding.
2-5.
Deliver an ordnance.
Take cover.
On your command. Moving in. Armor detail reporting.
Get up
Lighten them
that hill! Standing by for coordinates. Warheads in the field.
How about a show of force? Anywhere you say, sir. Clearing terrain.
Cruise missiles ready. We can launch from there.
Crusader tank responding. Moving in. Anywhere you say, sir. Clearing terrain. Proceeding to target zone.
Birds are inbound. This is Alpha Wing. Objective sighted. Bounding run underway. Target zone is cleared. Good hunting, boys.
Construction crews have arrived, sir. You'll need to get our base set up before we're overrun by the GLA. Our final objective is this GLA base here in the hills. Take it out and the operation is complete.
Armor detail reporting. Proceeding to target
Missile
zone.
guidance location.
Have a job for me? Loud and clear. Good area.
Tomahawk
On your
launcher
command. Armor
armed and
detail
ready.
reporting. Anywhere you
Missile
say,
guidance
sir.
set.
Want to make some improvements? Going up.
Tomahawk launcher armed and ready. Warheads
On
in the
your
field.
command.
Tomahawk systems
Heavy armor
online.
ready for
That one's
action.
Missile
done.
guidance set.
How about a show of force?
All finished.
Moving in. Anywhere
Tomahawk
you say,
launcher
sir.
armed and ready.
Armor detail reporting.
Laying the foundation. Good area. New construction.
Scope cleaned and mounted.
On your command. Moving in.
Any more projects?
Scope cleaned and mounted.
Standing by for coordinates. We can launch from there.
Armor detail reporting. Anywhere you say, sir.
Tomahawk systems online.
Scope cleaned and mounted. Sniper here. That building should work. I'll be your
Got my missile
spawner.
launcher right here.
I know my way around.
Got
That
my missile
building should
launcher
work.
right here. Yeah?
Let's go in that building.
Got my missile launcher right
Laying
here.
the foundation.
Got my missile
Made
launcher
in the
right
U.S.
here.
Clocked in. Let's
Got
find
my
a
missile
better
launcher
place.
right here.
Bring on the scaffolding.
Got my missile launcher right here. I want to blow something up. Take cover in there.
Let me launch one, huh? Let's go in
Heavy
that
armor
building.
ready for action.
Missile guidance
That
set.
one's
Need a
done.
delivery,
We can
General?
launch from there.
Crusader tank responding.
Any more projects? Laying the foundation. On the job.
Cruise missiles ready. Warheads in the field.
Heavy armor ready for action. Armor detail reporting.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade
On your
complete.
command. Crusader tank responding.
Tomahawk launcher armed and
Updating
ready.
grid
Grid location.
Need a point, man? Taking new position. Let's change the decor.
All finished.
Heading out. On the go. On the go. Special Forces here. Ready for action. Entering the structure. Army's elite. Take the building. Always prepared. Special Forces here. Ready for action.
Standing by for coordinates.
Heavy armor ready for action. How about a show of force? On your command.
Tomahawk launcher armed
Heavy
and ready.
armor ready for action.
We have their building. We have their building. Army's elite. Take the building. Need a point, man? Secure and occupy.
Standing by for coordinates. We can launch from there.
How about a show of force? Proceeding to target zone.
Preserving freedom. Keep it clean. Doing what's right.
Cruise missiles ready.
Preserving freedom.
On your command. Armor detail reporting. Anywhere you say, sir.
Preserving freedom.
Moving in. Proceeding to target
Standing
zone.
by for coordinates. Warheads in the field.
Preserving freedom.
Crusader tank responding.
Tomahawk systems online.
How about a show of force?
Preserving freedom.
Armor detail reporting.
Is there a threat? Doing what's
Preserving
right.
freedom.
Paladin tank in the field. We're moving. Confirmed.
Cruise missiles ready. Updating grid location.
Heavy armor ready for action.
Preserving freedom. Getting to work. Make my own road. New
Preserving
construction.
freedom.
I'll build anywhere.
How about a show of force?
Standing by for coordinates.
Heavy armor ready for action.
Missile
How
guidance
about a
set.
show of force? Clearing terrain. Clearing terrain. Let's do some. Taking new ground. Proceeding to target zone. Delivering ordnance. Taking new ground. Armor detail reporting. Moving in. Moving in.
Tomahawk systems
On your
online.
command. Proceeding to target zone. Heavy armor ready for action. Clearing terrain. How about a show of force?
Standing by for coordinates.
On your command. Proceeding to target zone. Proceeding to target zone. Floor wide open. Heavy armor ready for action. Taking new ground. Taking on your command. Proceeding to target zone. Moving in. Clearing terrain. Proceeding to target zone. Proceeding to target zone.
Tomahawk launcher armed and ready. Warheads in the
Heavy armor
field.
ready for action. Delivering ordnance. Moving in.
Let's build. Sounds good.
Crusader tank responding.
Tomahawk systems online.
Heavy armor ready for action. Clearing terrain. Anywhere you say, sir. Clearing terrain. Taking new ground.
Clocked in. Bring on the scout foundation. Made in the
On your
U.S. of
command.
A.
Moving in. Proceeding to target zone. Taking new ground. Moving in. Delivering ordnance. Lighten them up. How about a show?
Unit
force?
lost.
On your command.
Any more
Lighten them up.
projects?
Crusader tank responding. Proceeding to target zone. Taking new ground. Taking new ground. Clearing
Warheads
terrain.
in the ready. Coordinates
On your
received.
command.
Need a delivery, General?
How about a show of force? Crusader tank responding.
Need a delivery, General?
Preserving freedom.
On your command. Crusader tank responding. Proceeding to target zone.
Protecting our people. Confirmed.
Tomahawk launcher armed and ready. Coordinates received.
Heavy armor ready for action.
Preserving freedom.
On your command. Armor detail reporting. Crusader tank responding. Taking new ground. Anywhere you say, sir. Moving in. Moving in. Moving in. How about a show of force? Proceeding to target zone. Proceeding to target zone.
Standing by for
On
coordinates.
your command. Proceeding to target zone. Moving in. Anywhere you say, sir. Anywhere you say, sir.
Is there a threat? Confirmed. Paladin tank in the field.
Crusader tank responding.
Tomahawk systems online.
Keep it clean.
On your command.
Is there a threat?
Standing by for coordinates.
You are victorious.